It might feel like the NBA draft is still really far away, but realistically speaking, at this point, it is less than a month away. So why not start talking about it now, right? What's up, everybody? It is JJ Buckets, and I think I made the point of today's video pretty damn clear. We're going to talk NBA draft. We're going to look at a few prospects that should be on the Raptors' radar, at least in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be today's video. Now, before I fully hop into things, just make sure you're leaving a like on the video if you like what you're watching today. It does not take a lot of time and it makes a huge difference for me and the algorithm, so thank you. And if you're new here and you like what you watch today, just make sure to leave a subscribe on the channel. It goes a damn long way, and I super appreciate everybody that's subscribing on here, so yeah, do that for me, please. And yeah, with all that being said, let's hop into today's video. For the most part, I'm gonna be relatively, I don't want to say brief, but it's not gonna be in-depth in terms of, you know, these player profiles or anything by any means. I have been thinking about doing just the scouting profiles, kind of similar to how I did last year. So if that's something that interests you, let me know in the comment section below. But realistically speaking, I really enjoy doing those videos personally, so I will probably do them at some point. But with that being said, let's talk about today's first prospect. And I'm still, you know, getting acquainted to the NBA draft, so excuse me if the names are a little off, but Andrew Nemhard, Nemhard, yeah. He's a point guard, and quite frankly, one that's very, very good at running an offense and running the court. And I think, quite frankly, that is something that the Raptors need off the bench, right? Like, with the pick that they have, there's a good chance that he may slip into the second round there for the Raptors to take. And he's somebody that just looks very comfortable running an offense, and quite frankly, the Raptors need that kind of point guard coming off the bench. And I think the big bonuses here as well are he's got really good size for his position. On top of that, like, also a fairly feisty defender, I would say. He's got a lot of things that I feel like the Raptors typically love. So between, you know, being somebody that can comfortably come in and run your offense, give Nick Nurse, but I guess give Nick Nurse a reliable option off the bench, so he's not running guys like Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Siakam into the ground, and has another guy that he can trust off the bench. Andrew's a fairly good candidate here. Christian Koloko is another name that I've seen Raptors fans get reasonably excited about, and I can understand where the excitement comes from. He's been a really good developmental story at Arizona, and he's really transformed himself into a damn good rim protector and just a damn good defender on that end. And obviously the Raptors love their defense. I think, you know, that is an element that was definitely missing from the Raptors, you know, this past season. So it would be interesting to see a guy that's, you know, came in fairly raw to college and then added so much to his game, come into a system and a coaching staff like the Raptors that is so great at developing players, because obviously they can just further along this development, help him continue. Like, there's definitely parts of his game that I think are very primed for development. Like, currently offensively, for the most part, he's a rim runner, I would say, with a little bit of post moves, where, you know, you bring him on the Raptors and obviously you can develop that, but in particular, the development that I was thinking more so of is his shooting. He's shown touches of it here and there, albeit not very consistent, but he is a good free throw shooter, and I would always personally look at that as a good kind of barometer for a guy's shooting capabilities. And I do think his good touch from free throw shooting is something that can translate over into, you know, just overall shooting. And again, with the Raptors developmental system, I think he is more than capable of adding that to his game. Just a guy here that is a little bit more of a traditional big man, so to speak, in terms of what he can do, and somebody that has a lot of potential to get better, to get better working with Nick Nurse and some of the guys on his staff. Jalen Williams is the last name that I want to throw out here, and he's a guy that excites me because I feel like there are times where you can just look at a player on the basketball court and just see for yourself that, damn, this is a high IQ basketball player. And Williams absolutely fits the bill of striking me as a high IQ basketball player. Defensively, there's a lot to like about him. Yeah, like, defensively, there's a lot to like about him. Sorry, like, I'm talking about it and I'm already gushing thinking about it. But yeah, like, fantastic help defender. He's even really good at taking charges, and one-on-one he's perfectly fine. And I think he's even mobile enough that in space he will be able to handle himself again, especially with the Raptors coaching and kind of teaching him the fundamentals there. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that Williams could definitely, with his high IQ, pick up anything and everything when it comes to the Raptors defensive scheme. So I would absolutely love that for them. Offensively, he also adds a little bit of promise to also potentially being somebody that can stretch the court down the line and somebody that can develop a good jump shot for the Raptors. On top of that, like, I just think he does a little bit of everything, you know, offensively, defensively. He's just a good all-around player. Quite frankly, I would be a little surprised if he fell all the way to where the Raptors are at their pick. But if the Raptors do really like this guy, they always do have the opportunity to move up a little bit to get him. And quite frankly, I look at this guy and I see him as a tremendous fit on this team, and one that I would absolutely love to see for the Toronto Raptors. So what do you folks think? What are some names that you really like for this draft? Because I'd love to hear them. Drop them in the comment section below and give me your thoughts. Other than that, I will reiterate what I said at the beginning of the video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. It makes such a big difference for me and it takes no time. So thank you if you're doing that. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel as well. Marching onwards to 1K, you folks did a fantastic job last video in terms of the subscriber count, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, just keep doing it. If you're new here, keep hitting that sub button. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be me for the day. It's been JJ Buckets. It has been a pleasure, and I will see everybody next time.